all are told every day that you are free. Free to think, free to choose, and free to believe whatever you want. Yet here is a question most people never stop to ask honestly. If we are so free, why are so many people mentally trapped? Trapped in anxiety, trapped in confusion, trapped in a constant search for meaning that never seems to end, even though modern society promises freedom at every step. This contradiction is not accidental, because real freedom has never meant doing whatever you desire. Real freedom has always meant knowing what is right and choosing it, even when it is difficult. Islam begins with an idea that many people misunderstand before they even try to understand it. Submission is not weakness. Submission is clarity. When you submit to the one who created you, you are no longer enslaved by everything else that quietly controls your life without you noticing. Money stops owning you. Desire stops controlling you. Trends stop dictating your values. And fear stops making your decisions for you. The Quran states clearly that human beings were not created without purpose, that life is not random, and that existence is not a cosmic accident with no meaning behind it. Yet modern ideology teaches the opposite, telling people to create their own meaning, as if meaning were a hobby that can be invented and discarded whenever it becomes inconvenient. But if meaning is self-created, it can be deleted at any moment, and that is exactly why depression and emptiness rise most in societies that claim to be the freest. Here is an uncomfortable truth many avoid. A life without objective truth always collapses into confusion, no matter how advanced or educated a society becomes. Islam does not remove thinking, it demands it. And again the Quran challenges the human mind by asking, do they not reflect, do they not reason, do they not think? Blind faith is not Islamic. Inherited belief without understanding is not Islamic. And belief without reflection is not faith at all. Real faith in Islam is built on awareness, understanding, and conscious choice, not emotional pressure or cultural habit. Now think carefully about this. If morality is subjective, then no action is truly wrong, it is only disliked by certain people at certain times. If truth is personal, then justice becomes an opinion. And power always wins over the weak because nothing is objectively binding. If life has no final accountability, then oppression becomes cleverness, and corruption becomes success. Islam confronts this reality directly by declaring that every action matters, every intention is recorded, and every injustice will be answered, even if it escapes human courts. This is not fear-based control. This is moral structure that gives meaning to responsibility and weight to choice. People often accuse religion of controlling people through fear. But look honestly at the modern world and ask who is really being controlled. Is it religion that pressures you to consume endlessly, compare constantly, and tie your worth to appearance, wealth, and approval? Is it religion that turns human beings into products, attention into currency, and desire into a business model? Islam does the opposite. It removes human authority from the center and places accountability with Allah alone. That is why in Islam no ruler, no scholar, no institution is divine, and all can be questioned within moral limits. Even the Prophet Muhammad was corrected by revelation, which alone destroys the idea that Islam is about blind obedience to human authority. Ask yourself honestly, if Islam were about control, why would it command justice, even against yourself, and honesty, even when it harms you? Why would it forbid oppression even when you have power and protect the weak, even when they have nothing to offer in return? Control systems protect the powerful, but Islam restrains them, limits them, and holds them accountable. Islam does not promise comfort, luxury, or constant happiness. It promises meaning, direction, and purpose. It does not say, life will be easy. It says life will be worth living. It does not deny pain, it explains it, and it does not erase suffering. It gives it context and value. The Quran is honest about this world, calling it temporary, a test, a passage rather than a destination. When this perspective is understood, suffering no longer feels pointless, patience gains value, and justice is not lost but delayed with wisdom. This is why Islam survives centuries of criticism, mockery, and attack, because it does not depend on trends or approval. If Islam were irrational, it would not have produced law, ethics, scholarship, and civilization that still influence the world today. If Islam were false, it would not continue to attract thoughtful minds, even in an age of skepticism and materialism. The real discomfort is not Islam itself. The discomfort is submission, because submission means you are not the final authority over truth. Islam challenges the ego by reminding humans that they are honored creations but not gods. So, Here is the question you must answer honestly, without emotion, and without inherited bias. Are you rejecting Islam because you examined it, or because you were told what it is without ever looking? Truth does not fear questions. Falsehood does, and if a belief system invites reflection, demands accountability, restrains power, and gives life meaning beyond pleasure, then perhaps the real question is not whether Islam controls people. The real question is what is controlling you right now. If this made you uncomfortable, that discomfort is not a threat. It is an invitation to think. If it made you pause, that pause matters more than agreement. Stay with this channel if you want questions explored without fear, without insults, and without manipulation. We do not attack belief here. We examine it one question at a time.